Yes, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on how to approach girls at the gym. Now, before I start, obviously, I want you to take notes, watch it all the way to the end, and make sure to apply everything I say. Because if you don't, then it doesn't really matter how much you watch, right? So make sure to take notes and apply it for sure. The main points that we're going to go over is my experience, the direct method, the marinated method, and some action steps that I'm going to give you to do after the video so you actually improve, right? Now, before we start, I'm going to go over my experience, right? Before I give you the methods, I'm going to give you my experience. So, I used to be super shy, timid, and I wasn't really talkative, right? I was struggling. I was really in myself, like introverted. Like I wasn't really out there. I wasn't really talking. I was very antisocial. Let's just keep it at that. Like until I would say even up to 18 or something, 17, 18. That's when I was like kind of slowly coming out of my shell, right? And it's okay. You have to start from somewhere. So make that now, right? So a lot of people delay that. And I don't want you to delay it because we don't have a lot of time on earth, right? Like you blink once and it's been like 3-4 years, right? So I felt like I was 18 like couple days ago, but it's been like years, right? So you have to be fast. You have to take action quickly, right? That's what I'm saying. Take notes and always apply what I say. Now, I've approached a lot of girls at the gym too. I've approached a lot of girls and I went on dates. I made friends. I asked them to be my videos, etc. So I have a lot of experience. And honestly, I made a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes. I had to actually take the L's, go through the trials and the tribulations to actually learn. So I don't want you to go through them as well, right? So I want you to learn from me and, take wisdom from my mistakes and, so your road is more smoother. I used to work at a gym, plus I've been training for years. So I always tried and tested different methods of approaching, right? So here are my 2 favorite methods of approaching, aka shooting your shot. And we will cover them in the next sections, right? And here are just like 2 pictures I put like from the girls that I met at the gym. And honestly, I'm not even talking to these girls anymore, but trust me, like it's way more. Even like last week or the week before, I went on dates from the girls at the gym. So just know I've been putting in the game. I've been putting in the reps. And there are some pictures that I can't really put on YouTube. But I'm doing my thing, you know what I mean? So now we're going to go over the first method. Okay, the first method, so get ready. It's the direct method. So you'll be like, what is the direct method? Okay, number 1, we're going to talk about the setup. Ideally, you want to do this in other gyms, right? So not the main gym that you always go to. And another thing is that you don't have to wait for signs from the girls to approach them, right? You can be direct. So this is the benefit of the direct method, right? You can just be super direct. And also, ideally, you want to be in different gyms and not in your main. And you can also do it in your main gym, but here's the thing. She needs to send you signals because it's going to be better, like eye contact, smile. And you have to be also aware because you always go to that gym and let's just say if you stop talking to her and something bad happens or whatever, it can be a little bit awkward to kind of see her at the gym. So you kind of have to be aware of that. But if you're like me and you don't really give a shit about that, you can just, do it regardless. So you may ask, okay, I know what the direct method is. I just, I'm going to other gyms, blah, blah, blah. How am I going to do it? Okay, so the how. It starts with not overthinking, right? So before you talk to her, you have to have a blank mind. Don't have like a script or something in your mind. Like, don't think about it, right? In couple seconds after seeing her, instantly move to her and talk. Ignore your brain, okay? So make sure she's done with her set, obviously. Don't be a dummy. Be respectful. But when she's done with her set, just, close your eyes, just move towards her and talk. That's it. Don't prepare like a sales script or whatever. Just flow with it, right? And I don't like planning on what to say because I like freestyling. Plus, it's more fun and creative, okay? And also, everyone has different personalities and talking styles, right? So you got to kind of find yours and also learn about the other person at the same time, right? So it takes time. So the more reps you put in, the better you're gonna get at it. So just try, okay? Just try out there. You got to put yourself out there, right? But if you really need an opener, if you're just starting, I would say do this, right? And I still even do this sometimes because it's like really, really good, right? So you're just going to go say hi, tell her to teach you what she's doing, or you show her what to do, like a certain exercise. And this is super overpowered. This actually works. And I usually do this in the studio room, the mirror rooms that people just go there stretching and stuff. Or like ideally in like less crowded areas like at the gym, right? So this is the locations that you go, and you just go, and just show her something to do, like an exercise, or you ask her what she's doing, right? Like the exercises, and keep it playful. Have some push and pull, and then ask her name and introduce yourself, right? So this is such an easy and simple way, and it always works because she gets to get comfortable. She's not feeling overwhelmed because you're like, oh hey beautiful, like blah blah blah, blah. I want to take you on like this honeymoon or something. I'm gonna marry you right now. Like she doesn't feel overwhelmed, right? It's something easy. You're like, oh, like what type of squat are you doing there, right? Like she's like, oh, like it's called a pistol squat, right? I'm doing a pistol squat. I'm like, oh, I've never done it. I may have even done it like 3 million times. I'm like, oh, like I've never done it. Like can you teach me how to do it? Like I feel like I gotta work on my legs, something like that. And it always works, right? Like they always end up teaching you, or like you see they're doing abs or something, and you can just go say, oh, like I know this ab exercise that it's really good. I've done it and it helped me a lot. Let me show you. So you show her and you just sit there, you just talk, you just vibe. And that's so easy to start, and she doesn't feel like it. She doesn't feel like overwhelmed, and it's just natural, So I would say do that in the beginning stages, especially as a direct method. And you got to keep it playful. Again, as I said, ask her name and introduce yourself, right? So now, when you're vibing with her, end the convo on a high, right? Don't yap for like 3 hours. And then just say, what are you doing after this, right? And I even recently learned this because I was always like just getting a number Instagram, but I feel like this is even better. I learned it from Hamza. If you don't know Hamza, just search Hamza on YouTube. You're gonna see who it is. I learned it from him, and she's gonna probably say, oh, I'm gonna go home, or I'm gonna get some food. So you can just say, oh, let's go to a coffee shop right now, or let's go get some food together, and boom, you have a date. If she says yes, you're on a date. And if she says no, I gotta go somewhere, like let's do it on this day, then boom, you're gonna get the number, whatever, and you can set up like an actual date later on, right? So regardless, it's a win-win. And it's gonna be a nice date, right? It's gonna be like super, you're just gonna be like, going over all the guys in their DMs or whatever, because like guys are just gonna be waiting in the DMs. You're just doing it in real life, and you're just pretty much bypassing every single one of them, right? So this is like a really good method. And if she has time, then you guys are gonna go. If not, then get her number, right? Or Instagram. Now, if she says that she has friends or I'm talking to somebody, it's just a test, right? It just literally happened to me like 2 weeks ago or something, or 1 week ago. And don't take it serious. Be chill about it. And again, a rejection doesn't mean it's a rejection. Just trust me on this. Trust me, okay? But if you really see like she's uncomfortable, she's not really like vibing with you, just say no, take the no and just leave, right? Just take the no and leave. And don't be mad about it. Just smile, be nice, be respectful, and just say bye. That's it. But a lot of the times they're teasing you. They're just playing around. They're not like defensive or something. And they just want to see your reaction, right? So just go with the flow and the date will be secure. Just imagine you didn't hear anything. Just brush it off, dodge, and go, right? Now, the direct method is fun because you can be super creative and test new things. Because also like you won't probably see her again because it's like a different gym, right? Remember the setup that I was saying? It's probably like a different gym. You're not going to see her. So if she says no, it doesn't really matter, right? It shouldn't even matter regardless whether you're at your main gym or different gyms, but like even like at the malls, wherever you are. But I'm saying at the general, like it's like you're not gonna feel uncomfortable, right? But remember to not plan the whole convo and try freestyling it, right? This is a big thing that I'm like, this thing is gonna actually take your game to the next level. Like try to freestyle it. Because, the girls have different cultures, they come from different backgrounds, they have different stories. So it's more enjoyable to be freestyling it, right? And listen, when you apply, just have fun at your dates, right? So this is the direct method. And again, based on the situation, you have to be, remember the setup, remember the how, and you should definitely get the job done, right? Now, after this, we're going to go to the marinated method. You're like, oh, the marinated method. Okay, let's go over it. Now, setup. This is mainly for your like gym number one, like your main gym, right? Because you're going to see her a lot because you always go to that gym and you have a lot of time. You always spend time in that gym, so you're going to see her a lot, right? So you can take your time and let the seduction timing do its thing, okay? Now, the reason I like this method is because by the time you're done cooking, she wants to go on a date with you, okay? She wants to go on a date with you. Why? You showed what kind of a guy you are. She knows your personality and she feels more comfortable. You showed how spending time with you will be for her. By the time you ask her out, it will be an easy dunk for you, right? So now we're going to talk about the how. Again, I want your creative mind to do the work. You don't need a script, right? But again, if you need something to start with, I would say start small, like with a light compliment, like the first time you're talking, maybe. You can still use the same opener from the direct method, like, the workout things that I was saying, like just ask her, like, well, how do you do this, right? And then like after like a couple times you talk to her, you can get the number, Instagram, to set up like something. And, but I would say the main thing that you need to work on is to work on her mind and heart first, right? What do I mean by that? Tease her, have fun, learn more about her outside of the gym. Let's see what she's doing. Like, is she going to like school? She's working, blah, 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 all these things. Make her comfortable and just, be flirty and pull back, right? All these moves will seduce her towards you. Just be chill and just be a chill and fun guy pretty much to hang around, right? Like, don't be like a weirdo. Don't be a creep. If you have a lot of gym buddies at the gym, that will also be beneficial, something that I noticed a lot, because you will be a social and a fun guy to her eyes, right? So when you're a fun guy, she will be like, yeah, this guy has something about him, right? So like she will be more interested. So having a lot of gym bros is actually a big plus. So feel free to make a lot of gym bros at the gym, be friends with them, train with them, it's cool. So it's really beneficial. Now, then depending on how fast she feels you, then you can invite her out, right? So it might be 1 or 2 conversations, it might be 4 or 5. It all depends on the girl and also your skill level, okay? Now, for example, I'm just going to give you an example of recently, like I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. For example, I met a girl recently at the gym. The first time I talked to her was because she gave me looks when I was recording. So I said hi, I just introduced myself, and I asked her name. Some basic combos, right? Nothing too crazy about it. Then a week or 2 later, I had a slightly longer talk with her, showed more of my personality, and I invited her to come get coffee with me in a day or 2. And the date was secured and we had a lot of fun. And at the end of the day, this is like the truth, right? You just need to keep shooting. You just need to keep shooting, testing, and learning. Because if you're not in, like, if you want to be in the game, you got to go at those XPs through like, trials and tribulations. You got to test yourself, put yourself out there and start playing the game, right? Because if you're not going to put in the work, then nothing is going to happen. I wasn't like this. Like the first breakup that I went through, like the real breakup like 2 years ago, I wasn't really like this. I was struggling. I had like a lot of anxiety and stuff. And I felt like I just couldn't be flowing at the right time. And like, but slowly you build it up, and then finally like you're in a decent skill level. But this doesn't mean you're amazing at it, or this doesn't mean you can improve at it, right? So you have to be always striving for the more, like always doing your best and learn, apply new things, revise, review your performances and stuff, like in the sense of like talking, what you said, analyze your words and vocabulary. All these things matters a lot, right? So you just got to keep playing, Now, these are the methods that I told you, the direct method and the marinated method, right? Now, the action steps that I'm going to tell you, right? So in the next 7 steps, you have to do 1 direct method approach, do 1 marinated method approach, then report back in the comments, right? So you're going to do 1 of each and report your results and your experiences in the comments. So we share it with the boys. Other boys learn from your mistakes. We can analyze some things. We can see what's going on. You can also share some of the positives. We'll happily see what you did. I want to see you win. And lastly, before I end, like the video, subscribe to my channel for more bangers, And listen, check out my last couple guides I made on diet and training as well, because it was a lot of value in it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure to apply it just like I said before, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.